What we saying, everyone? It's your boy Jordan, aka Joe's Reacts, and welcome back to the latest reaction channel on YouTube. Where the rhythm, the vibes, and the positive energy every day with no fail. And I hold you the first reaction today as we react to 3 days of Grace singing Home live at the Palace, which really came through with some fire energy. If you're not checked that first reaction, I highly suggest checking it out. But now we're going to react to Impatient, which is Ren and Chris Webby on the same in the same group. We're coming through on this new song right now called Bad Company, which I feel like is going to come through with some fire energy, just like the first reaction. But I feel like it's going to come through with some fire rap floors and still that great instrumentals that these two love to come with. I know that I've missed a few of their recent releases recently, so if you do want to see me go back to react to them, I'd be greatly appreciated if you let me know any specific songs in the comments. But I say we get straight into this reaction right here. And if you do want to support me in this YouTube channel, I'd be greatly appreciated, and the ways to do so is the new page that I've created. And I say we get straight into it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have a great day. Have a better week. Let's get into it and let's go. Right, this is Impatient, Bad Company. Let's see what it's all about right now. This is going to come through some choreography, so this is going to be interesting right now. Let's get into this and see what it's all about. Let's go. That sounds like Red on the guitar right there. Ooh. This man's looking like he's just escaped prison. Under my skin. Ooh, but I've been out here causing trouble again. The CEO of the bad company, shutting your windows, lock the damn doors, so we coming right in. Ooh, lost my mind on this molecular level. My head's in the gutter. My friends say I should get it together. Got some substances I love as much as my family members. And you can always count on family to get through the weather. Damn. I like that. You can always count on family to get you through the weather. But I've got substances that I love more than family members. Oh, this is a fire little tune right now. And the lyrics right now, my friends say I should get it together. But I'm not listening to my friends. And sometimes I should listen to my family members. But I've got drugs that I love more than family members. Oh, man. This is a fire tune right now. It's really coming through that grungy vibe that Chris Webby comes through with so perfectly. Which is a little bit dark, but also real at the same time. And this choreography right now is fire now. It's a guy kind of like looking at a way to sneak into that house but also dancing. The choreography is working perfectly inside this one right here. Let's go. Pumping under my skin, knowing I'm out here causing trouble again. The CEO of the bad company, shutting your windows, lock the doors, so we coming right in. Lost my mind on this molecular level. My head's in the gutter. My friends say I should get it together. Got some substances I love as much as my family members. And you can always count on family to get through the weather. When rains come and them lightning bolts light up the sky, I'm a man, got no cleaner as the time passed by. Built all these castles in the sand, but I can't fight that tide. Ooh, I built all these castles in the sand, but I can't fight that tide. That's a fire little one right there, because you're building castles, building these memories, but then the tide comes in, washing all the memories away, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to have to make new ones because of all the drugs that you're taking. You can kind of forget about all the memories a little bit more quicker than rather than appreciating them. This is fire, man. They're coming through with a great vibe, and I can't wait to hear Red on this tune, because this guitar sounds like a perfect tune for Red to come through on his fast floor. So let's go. We light up the sky. I got no cleaner as the time passing by. Built all these castles in the sand, but I can't find that tide. You might ask why. So let me just remind you why they say I'm bad company. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself. Ooh. Talking to myself up in the mirror. Could I make it any clearer? At this point they know I'm way past help. I never cared about the doctor's orders. I just play with the hand that I got dealt. Ooh, I like that. I don't care about the doctor's orders. I just play with the hands that I've got dealt. Sometimes we all feel that same way, you know what I'm saying? We don't care about what the doctors say because sometimes we're too stubborn in our own ego to really accept a little bit of help, and we feel like we can do it ourselves. But even though we feel like we can do it ourselves, that in itself is digging yourself a deeper hole to get out of, because without accepting that help, you're making it harder for yourself, which is interesting right there. It's coming through a nice perspective I feel like a lot of people can relate to right there. This is interesting. interesting, saying I'm the bad company and I can't help myself, which I feel like it's him talking about he's a bad company for himself, you know what I'm saying, because he's got nobody else to help him, so the only company that he's got is bad company, which is himself. Interesting. And this choreography is coming through fire right now. The security guards are trying to take him out, but then the robbers are coming through taking the security guards out. Okay. Myself up in a mirror, could I make it any clearer? At this point they know I'm way past hell. I never cared about the Nah, the way that guy just stared at the security guard like, you're gonna get it now. God damn, this is fire choreography now. Just play by the hand I got dealt. So they say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself. I carry my weight down this open road. Rattling bold. Ooh. Oh. Every step I take, my muscles shake, but I stumble along back home. Oh, that is fire right there. Every step that I take, my bones that I break, so I stumble back home. Talk about the brittle bones that he has got, which I feel like his Ren definitely talked about the kind of things that he's been suffering throughout his lifetime, suffering with the disease that he's got, that he's been fighting with for a long time, which I feel like brings him down, making him feel like he's carrying a lot of weight on his shoulders, because I feel like it's hard for him to find that strength sometimes, and I feel like that's what he's talking about right now, how he's trying to pick himself up, but the weight on his shoulders and the weight that he's got to carry inside of his own fortunate circumstances coming through helping him, it's coming through slowing him down, which is coming through sounding so real on this tune right now, and the vocals and the singing, whilst also that subtle electric guitar is coming through so perfect now. I wait down this open road, rattling bones. Every step I take is my muscles shake, but I stumble along back home. This life been cold, it's all that I've known. Oh, damn, that life has been cold and it's all that I know. That's what I was talking about right there, because Ren has been dealt some horrible cards in his life that I feel like he's definitely had to come through, making sure that he doesn't accept them cards, and he makes sure that that's not his future, because he's going to make a future for himself that he's going to be proud of without wasting the time that I feel like the devil has put onto him right now, when they're trying to kill his time, but he's making sure that the light and the angels bring him up to make sure that he can see the future that he wants to succeed to. This is fire right now, and the vocals and the electric guitar is just, this is music to the ears right now. Let's go. Living back home. Man, and the way that they've got that security guard right now is a little bit of a puppet, trying to make him sure that he's like still walking, but this is the fire choreography, the way they're coming through. They've knocked out the security guard, but yet they're coming through trying to make sure that he's looking like he's still alive in some sorts. Okay. Solid I know. Now tell me just what the fuck is beginner's luck, cause I'm a veteran of being alone. Tell me what the fuck is beginner's luck, because I'm a veteran of being alone. Now that right there is a hard ass bar, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. I'm a veteran of being alone. I can relate to that sometimes, even though I've got friends that are always with me, and I've got family that are always with me. Sometimes I just love being alone, and sometimes it's just good to be alone, but also it's bad at the same time, because it can affect your mental health, but it could also better your mental health to collect your thoughts a little bit. Okay. Now tell me what the fuck is beginner's luck, cause I'm a veteran of being alone. They say I'm bad at the company. Ooh. I don't act like I'm supposed to. Okay. I've heard they say no misery, Lord's company. They say I'm misery, the Lord's company. This is fire, man. The choreography, we've got the guy coming out of the psych ward right now because he was in one of them insane costumes that I forgot what they're called, where they tie their hands together, so clearly he's coming through as a little bit of a menace right now that is supposed to be locked away, but now he's being freed with all the other convicts and stuff like that, and even the security guard right now, he's been taken into their gang right now, which is funny because he was once getting beaten up and now he's falling into the kind of trap that these are falling into because they've forced him to be part of them. Okay. Veteran of being alone. They say I'm bad at the company. I don't act like I'm supposed to. I've heard they say misery loves company, but I'm too goddamn anti-social. They say I'm bad company.
I love that bit right there. I'm too antisocial because I heard that misery loves company. Because when you're feeling misery and you're feeling sad, that company can bring you up. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you've got to allow that company to come in to make yourself feel better. But when you're antisocial, you don't want that company. So that misery is just going to grow stronger. Some fire bars right now from Ren. Let's go.
I've heard they say misery loves company, but I'm too goddamn anti-social. They say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself. Talking to myself in the mirror, couldn't make it any clearer. At this point they know I'm way past help. I never cared about the doctor's orders. I just play with the hand that I got dealt. So they say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself.
They say I'm bad company, I'm a threat to myself, as they all look at the security guard like he's not supposed to be there. Like, hold up. Aren't you supposed to be like kicking us out right now? But now you're part of the gang, so we'll just let you be, you know what I'm saying? He's looking at himself like, oh yeah, it looks like I am part of your gang right now. Okay. But I'm loving how all these people are dancing in such an insane way, feeling like they're in like a mental asylum type of dance, you know what I'm saying? Where they're just coming through just all like snappy with it, like a little bit of like a conjuring spirit or something. I don't know, but let's go. Ooh. Damn, fire, Impatient, Bad Company. What a fire tune. Impatient, Bad Company. Now it's a fire tune right there, just going on about how you're your own bad company and sometimes you won't accept the help that you can be receiving right now from the doctors, from your friends, from your family, whilst also just embracing that kind of lifestyle that you put yourself into, where you're enjoying being alone too much, that you're not accepting the help, but then you also could be antisocial, so you don't want to really see that help because you won't like the feelings that it can give you. Even though you're feeling sad and even though you're feeling down and you know what's good for you, you're just really going to accept your fate a little bit. But I feel like inside this tune right now, Ren was definitely talking about the past that he's been going through right now, in the way that he has to make himself stronger, even though he feels like giving up at different moments. But that right there is such a bit of inspiration right there to really to really make sure you keep on picking yourself up no matter how dark times may seem. But it also comes through just kind of accepting your fate a little bit and resonating in that moment, so you can really understand the lessons that you need to learn to overcome that moment. And then Ren's coming up, then you got Chris maybe coming through talking about the substances that he had to go through in his past, so he can appreciate the future and appreciate the present and better himself. I'm talking to the mirror to see if he can make it any clearer, just to make sure that he can kind of teach his own lessons without anybody else teaching them for him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's got bad company, which is his own company, because he loves being alone and he's a little bit antisocial, which is a fire little tune right there, which I feel like a lot of people can relate to, because especially in these days I feel like a lot of people are alone and they're left to their own thoughts, and sometimes that can be dangerous, because if you're left to your own thoughts and you're a little bit sad and down in the dumps, then thoughts can weigh deep on you and become heavier on your shoulders, so you feel like you've got a lot more to do to really make sure you feel better about yourself. But then you can also accept that help, which sometimes people don't want to accept that help because their ego is a little bit too stubborn and they feel like they could do it themselves, which, like I said, could bring a little bit more of a downfall onto you, because you're going to make it harder for yourself and digging yourself a deeper hole. Which is a beautiful tune right there, coming through with a great perspective, and the choreography as well, from the way that these dancers were coming through like insane asylum kind of people, and they're coming through bringing out their friends out of the insane asylum, bringing them back into real life, but then also they're going back into the van to go to a different place, which is an interesting kind of perspective right there, because it's just coming through showing that the people that might be crazy have still got friends that are crazy as well, you know what I'm saying? So they're not alone within themselves, because they've got people that they can relate to, and that in themselves can pick each other up to make them feel like they've got company, even though that company is bad company, because they're all like feel like convicts in a way, you know what I'm saying? But that was an interesting choreography right there, and such an interesting tune, and I really enjoy this group that Chris Webby and Ren have created within themselves. It's really creating some fire vibes right here. If there's any more songs that you do want to react to, let me know in the comments, but I hope you enjoyed this one right here. If you have enjoyed this one and you want to show support, we greatly appreciate it, because most of these videos get claimed, and the way to do so is the new page that I've created. Also, I've got a Patreon where you can get early access to some reactions, and if you do want to check out the vlogging channel, I'd be greatly appreciated if you do so. But I hope you stay blessed, stay positive, stay motivated, keep striving to the best version of yourself. See you on next reaction. YouTube might think you like this video, and I'd be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe. And peace, love and guidance. Bosh.